What is going on, everybody? Back here today with the team builder for the IBL week 2 versus our good buddy Mariobee. Make sure you definitely check him out. He's a really cool guy. Actually been talking to him for the past couple days. Really like him. We're actually both in LA. We're actually pretty close to each other, which is funny. But yeah, we're gonna break down the team here, and then after this, we're gonna break it down to the we're gonna go over to the battle portion. Sorry, it's a little bit late when I'm doing this, so if I sound a little softer than usual, that is why. But yeah, let's get right into it. Let's start us off with the Colossal, G-Max Colossal. Gonna make this appearance. I love the new edit that they put on this. This looks sick. How does it look when it's shiny? Hold on. Let's see. Yo, that's awesome. That was really cool. Okay. Anyways, level 50. Let me pull out my handy dandy notes that can be on the side. You guys can't see it. But we're gonna have G-Max Colossal with max HP, a little bit of physical attack, a little bit defense, SPDF, and speed with minus speed nature. Um, yeah, we got beat down so hard last week. Our full team went full Chinese spreads, like, you know, patient zero for that Wuhan virus. That's how Chinese they are. We're gonna have Rapid Spin, Willow, Rock Blast, Fire Blast. Rock Blast is gonna be just for in case you have subs, like sub Darmanitan could be kind of scary. You could break some sub, or we can break the sub on the Permarina. That's what the attack is for. If he has Darmanitan, 4 hits with Rock Blast always kills. Without rocks, after rocks, I mean, 5 hits always kills, 25% otherwise. And then we have Fire Blast for the Ferroseed. I should go over my opponent's team. He's gonna have Dragapult, Darmanitan, Rotom Heat, Permarina, Mudsdale, Drapion, Hitmonchan, Ferroseed, and I don't have a team on top of my head, but I think that's gonna be like the more threatening ones. SPDF allows me to live a just better hits. It was kind of like floating EVs basically. This is gonna be my main check for a Scarf Darmanitan, in case he wants to lock himself into Fire Blitz. That's kind of what my main switch in for that is, and then I can live an Earthquake with the Sugar Berry, and it's gonna be a roll to kill afterwards with the Rock Blast, Fire Blast, Oko, max HP. I think more Vizdev oriented Ferroseed. And the speed actually is going to be 2 outspeed, no speed horse, the Mudsdale, even with this managed speed nature. And I figured, you know what, I think it's worth investing. We could Will-O-Wisp and then live the Earthquake, and just outspeed it in general. It's also kind of just catch him off guard. You wouldn't really expect so much speed on the Colossal. So yeah, I think it could be pretty cool. Rapid Spin is also going to be good because we don't want too much rocks on our side. He has a really good rock setup with Mudsdale, so it's kind of just a filler. And we get a speed boost too, which is pretty nice. And Orbeetle as his G-Max. There it is. Next up, we have Sylveon with Wish, Heal Bell, Protect, and Hyper Voice. This is just going to be like more of a cleric-y type of thing. The defense is to live a Scarf, Jolly, Darmanitan, Flare Splits. It's now also never take KO by Spike's Dragapult with Shadow Ball. The speed is there to outspeed any speed creeps he wants to go with Permarina, as well as yeah, it's just gonna be more like just a speed creep type of thing. And the special attack is to always Oko a Dragapult with a little bit of HP. That's gonna be mainly that one. It always lives also a Poison Jab from Drapion, even if he's like max attack adamant. Just overall bulky. Heal Bell just to kind of heal Bell around in case he wants to drop T-Spikes with the Drapion. Wish Protect, kind of heal up the team, and then Hyper Voice because that does a lot of damage. The only thing that kind of wanted to really reliably switch into Hyper Voice is going to be either the Rotom Heat or the Primarina if he's AV or something like that. Next up, we have Como, another very defensive set. It's Stealth Rock, Toxic, Dragon Claw, Drain Punch, max HP, a lot of attack, good amount of defense, and Ford Spadef and a little bit of speed. Stealth Rocks is just kind of chipped down his team. A lot of the roles that we have here are going to be secured if we have rocks up, so that's going to be very, very important. Toxic just chip his team down with like Dragapult, and this set specifically kind of invites Primarina really, really easily, so we want to make sure that we do get Toxic on it and chip it down. Dragon Claw and Drain Punch. Dragon Claw OHKOs Dragapult after a set of rocks. Drain Punch 2-hit KOs a Ferroseed no matter what spread he is. And then the Bond Berry, I leave it Adamant +1, +1 Outrage from Dragapult. Specs Modest Drago Meteor. I leave basically anything that the Dragapult wants to go for, but the only issue with this set is going to be a Primarina. Now Primarina doesn't have any reliable recovery other than rest, so getting a Tox off of it would be really, really nice. That's definitely something that we want to bait out and go for early on. Next up, we're gonna have Frozone here, the Weavile. With Ice Shard knockoff, Icicle Crash, and Poison Jab, and with an extra belt, we get to be Adamant this week. With the speed for a no speed boost. Oh, sorry, for a Drapion / Darmanitan. He actually has a Swoobat too that I did forget to mention, but we're not even gonna bother speed creeping that. And his next one after that is gonna be Dragapult, so we can outspeed the Dragapult. I don't think it's necessary to outspeed the Swoobat, so I feel like just having Adamant with a lot of defense, sorry, and max attack just to start punching holes. Would be really, really good. Defenses don't get too OHKO'd by a Durable from Ferroseed, or 2-hit KO'd by a Dragapult. Ice Shard does about 60% to Dragapult, and actually does 97% to the Swoobat, which is pretty interesting. Which is why it felt like we didn't really need to have that speed for the Swoobat, lose out on some bulk. Poison Jab 2-hit KOs Primarina, even though he's leftovers, and the Crash, Icicle Crash, always 2-hit KOs the Horse, even though he gets the defense boost. Thanks to that expert belt of ours. I do have a feeling that he is going to be bringing either Specs Dragapult or a DD set, and I have a feeling he's going to be bringing a pretty defensive Primarina. So I think this set's going to be really, really nice. It's going to be able to come in, punch in holes, knock off a couple items, because I feel like we want to start chipping his team down, and if we get a couple items knocked off, then things like this Pokemon here could do a lot more damage. We have Swack, the Toxicity, with Chip Gear, Gun Shot, Throw Punch, and Drain Punch, with a lot of max attack, Adamant, a little bit of defense, a little bit of Spadef, and some speed. What these do here is the speed allows me to outspeed Scarf Darmanitan or Dragapult. +1 Drain Punch, 2-hit kills Ferroseed even though he's max defense. Throw Shot OHKOs a Dragapult. Yeah, so it's just a really good late game sweeper. Defense and Spadef, honestly, I did forget what it does. I think it's just to kind of live a couple hits here and there. Specifically, I don't remember, because the game was about 2 weeks ago, but they're there, and they'll help us in the long run, I'm sure. And then lastly, we have Flint, the Melodic, with max HP, 108 defense, 108 Spadef, and 44 speed with Scald, Ice Beam, Recover, and Haze. We do have competitive on this set. I felt like if he does decide to bring webs, it'd be a really good thing for me to take advantage of. Get that that +2 special attack. Speed is going to be for uninvested Rotom Heat, but also Underspeed's double to Haze. He does have a double. That's the last Pokemon I forgot to mention. I apologize for being so unprofessional. But yeah, he also has a double and a Swoobat, which could definitely start to set up on me. So that we really want to make sure we underspeed those, so that we can haze them away. The Spadef allows me to live a Thunderbolt from a +2 special attack Rotom if he's no special attack investments, or if he's a max special attack investment Volt Switch after rocks. It also allows me to live a Specs Modest T-Bolt from Dragapult, because I do think that's what he's going to be going for. And then Ice Beam always to his KOs unless I get my competitive boost and I knock it out. So this team is definitely a lot bulkier than the last week before, a little less hyper offense. What it is his team is very offensive, so I want to make sure I'm able to take it and kind of deal them back. Start slowly chipping down as his team with both Willow and then Toxic, and start knocking some items off. And then as his team gets chipped down, start setting up with Toxicity and knock him out. But yeah, that's gonna be for the team. I will see you guys in the battle. Manitan, big boy Darm. I'm probably gonna protect here just to see what he's gonna go for, because I'm assuming he's gonna be Scarf. 60 seconds until battle ends. I don't think that's supposed to happen. I'm very confused. Let's just, maybe it's not gonna end in 60 seconds? Question mark.
37 seconds later.
Well, never mind. We'll be back. Alright, and we are back with the battle. As you can tell, we are on Showdown with a lot of technical difficulties. Playing the game, we had, first we had a DC, well actually no, first it was my fault. I set up the timer wrong. I accidentally made it so that it was a 10-minute timer instead of a 30-minute timer, and then we had a DC on recreating, so it was kind of annoying. But yeah, this is going to be the team that Mario has here. The Dragapult, we have the Drapion, the Primarina, the Hitmonchan, Darmanitan, and the horse. A little closer to the mic. So as I was saying in the team builder, I'm going to go more in depth into here. We have what I think is going to be a Specs Dragapult, a like T-Spikes Drapion. I think this is going to be like a Poison Berry Primarina or an AV Primarina, and like defensive Hitmonchan or AV Hitmonchan with Rapid Spin, a Scarf, Darmanitan, and just a horse. I'm assuming Rock's horse. But yeah, we're gonna be recreating the first couple turns, so if it does look a bit weird, like some plays might be questionable, because we did have to replay a couple rolls. We have to replay a couple of the like skull burns and stuff like that. Burns and stuff like that, skull burns. So I'm gonna lead with my I'm gonna put it on slow. I'm gonna lead with my Como, as it deals with everything pretty well on his team thanks to the Pokemon Berry, except for the Primarina, where I'm gonna be forced to switch out, as he is going to lead with his Darmanitan, which is a really good lead for me, because this Como is kind of made to be dealt with, to deal with this Darmanitan. I'm gonna predict a switch out. I don't think he's gonna switch in, as I'm gonna go for a Toxic here, and then I'm gonna go into kind of my designated switch in for this, being the Milotic, as he's gonna double into the Mudstail. Here I feel like Scald is pretty free, as I'm gonna go into Scald into the Dragapult here. Don't get a burn, and then he's gonna go ahead and U-turn. Does an okay amount. Doesn't really tell me if he's Scarf or Specs or anything, or Banded. As I'm gonna go for an Ice Beam here, not really predicting too much early on, because if he does go into the Primarina, then I am able to get another round of Toxic on him. You're gonna see us, I'm gonna put this back onto normal. You're gonna kind of see us kind of Scald, and back and forth. He's actually a Restock Scald Moonblast set, which is pretty freaking annoying for my team to deal with. Yeah, you're gonna see he's gonna get pretty low. He's gonna rest here all the way back up, but we're gonna recreate this to where I am A, burnt, and B, around 60%, and where he is around 60 to 70ish% as well. So it's gonna take, oops, sorry about that, it's gonna take a little bit more time, because we're just to kind of recreate this, and he just was not getting lucky with those rolls, and it's going to come into play later on, where he was scalding and just was not burning. It's gonna take a couple turns, and I'm like, man, my PPs, my recovery PPs. But you're gonna see at some point he's gonna go for Moonblast, drop my special attack, and then I'm gonna get a special attack boost, which is pretty funny. I'm gonna have to switch out. switch around. But then he finally gets the burn. I'm around 50ish%, so I do need to heal, go ahead and recover, so that way he can kind of moonblast me. He's gonna rest as well, so that way he can get a couple of he could go back to like 60-70% like we were saying. But yeah, this rest hog from Marina is a bit of an issue for me, because to break this, we if he is the poison berry, which personally I do think he is, I need it to be at least at 50%. So I do need it chipped pretty well. And we're not going to see any Moonblast special attack. I'm going to go hard into Sylveon here, as he's going to Moonblast me. Gonna do a pretty good chunk. And then he's going to go into his Drapion on my Hyper Voice. Earlier on, I'm going to go back slow here, and I'm going to pause it here. On the first go round, I Hyper Voice, and I actually got a high roll. I got about 55%. Here I got a low roll, which is pretty unfortunate because he is like a crit cross poison set. So we kind of had to mess with that. I'm gonna protect here, which actually puts me out of range for him to kill me. Even with a crit, I was calculating just in case. Even with a crit, he can kill me. I lied. He's gonna cross poison as I'm gonna get poisoned, which also did not happen. And I also do not get the roll once again. So I'm gonna go for a heal bell here as he's gonna switch just to get rid of the poison. And then he's gonna switch back in as I am going to Hyper Voice, and we're gonna be about equivalent. I think I have a little bit more HP, but I think he has a little bit more HP on his Permarina, so it kind of evens out. He's gonna go into his Darmanitan here coming up, as I'm gonna go ahead and protect to get some more HP, but also to scout what he's gonna go for. So he's gonna go for a Flare Blitz, which for me is a good time to go into my Colossal. But he's gonna go kind of double, which is actually a really good double from his end. Really good prediction. Although he should probably went into the horse or into Permarina because they pressured my team a lot more. Whew. He's gonna go into his Hitmonchan, as I'm just gonna go ahead and Rock Blast, just to kind of gauge the damage on it. As I'm gonna get, I think I get 5 hits. I have 5 hits. We're gonna see a lot of hacks this game. He's gonna go ahead and double into the Mudsdale, as I'm gonna double into my Komodo. And then he's gonna switch back into his Permarina, and I decided to go for my rocks because it's gonna start chipping down his team. He's pulling a lot of switches, so I want to make sure that he's getting punished for these. As he's gonna go for a Moonblast on the Toxtricity, which just gonna go okay. I'm out just about 30%. Big thing to switch into the Mudsdale. I'm actually gonna go for a Gunk Shot because I'm trying to bait out the berry. I want to use up I'm trying to scout out for that berry that he has here. If he didn't have it, he would have died, I believe, at the range that he's at. Let me double check. It was a roll for him to die from that range. And if he did have it, yeah. If he didn't, he would have died. But he does switch out into the Mudsdale, which is pretty unfortunate. But I'm gonna make sure I pop it so that way, if Weavile does come in later, or if Toxicity's lined up for a sweep, he doesn't, he dies from the Gunk Shot. I'm gonna go into my Sylveon here, predicting a Earthquake, but he goes for High Horsepower instead, which is, very horse-like move. I'm gonna go ahead and protect here, just to see what he's gonna go for. If he has maybe Heavy Slam, which he does. Gonna look at HP back, but I realized that although I do need Sylveon, I need damage on this Mudsdale more, so I'm gonna go ahead and Hyper Voice here, die to the high horsepower, do a good chunk, because within this range, Como can do a good amount of damage. I'm gonna go ahead and Toxic as he's going to go for Payback. Not too sure what for. Maybe he was predicting something else to come in, maybe he misclicked. I'm gonna Drain Punch and actually get a crit. The crit more than likely mattered, as I hate to say. Which really sucked. What sucks even more is that he goes for Draco here and misses a Draco, which allows me to kill the Dragapult. He died regardless, and I know I lived the Draco meter even if it was Specs Modest with the Habanberry, but it's definitely salt to injury. Man, it's really unfortunate. I'm gonna double into Colossal here, expecting a Moonblast. No, it's kind of risky, but I'm actually gonna pull another switch into Weavile, expecting the Scald. hopefully he doesn't burn, which he does not. I know it's a risky play, but I really wanted Weavile in. Gonna poison jab, and he does have the Kabia berry. It's gonna do about 30%, but he's actually gonna get poisoned. Not that it matters, but still, insult to injury. I'm just gonna go ahead and go for another poison jab on the Hitmonchan, and I'm gonna get another poison. Man, this really sucks, because the poison actually puts him into Ice Shard range if he was max HP, max defense. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock him out. He goes into Darm here. I have a pretty good switch into Colossal, as he's going to predict that and go for the Permarino, which is a really good play on his end. But he has a sleep, which makes this easier for Colossal to sweep. I'm just gonna go ahead. Actually, he's gonna sleep top and get rest, which again, he's just not having a good time. I'm gonna miss a Rock Blast, but don't feel like it really doesn't make much of a difference. And I'm gonna finally Gmax here, as he's gonna go ahead and rest talk and get another rest. This man, my man Mariobee cannot catch a break. Make sure to check him out. For all that hardship, he was being a champ about this. But yeah, I'm gonna Gmax, go for that Gmax Vocalith, because it does, like, basically gives my opponent extra rocks damage. I believe that's how it works. So I'm gonna be able to hit KO it. As he's gonna go into the Darmanitan here, and actually with the Sugar Berry from this range, I live an Earthquake no matter what. So he's gonna go for Earthquake, we live it, and we're gonna KO him with Gmax Vocalith. So we're actually gonna pull this W 5-0. Look at this Pokemon, freaking unit of a Pokemon. Yeah, but definitely go check out my opponent Mario. Man, he's went through a lot. Yeah, a lot of hacks, I think that, you know, we were still in a very strong position. Obviously, it doesn't feel good to get hacks, and he definitely took it very well. Some of these didn't matter too much. Some of these definitely mattered. But you guys make sure to follow him. He's gonna be in the description below. But yeah, I will see you guys next week. Next week we are playing our good pal Platinum Howler. We faced him in the PCO D-League previously. I'm very looking forward to his team. His team is very scary. But I have a couple heat sets for him, which I'm excited to bring next week. Alright, we'll see you next time. Bye.